What is SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube is an open-source platform for continuous inspection of code quality, identifying bugs, code smells, and security vulnerabilities in your code base. What are the main features of SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube offers static code analysis, issue tracking, code quality metrics, and integration with DevOps pipelines. Which programming languages does SonarQube support?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports over 25 programming languages, including Java, C#, JavaScript, Python, and PHP. How does SonarQube work?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube scans the source code using static analysis to detect code quality issues like bugs, vulnerabilities, and code smells. What are code smells in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Code smells are maintainability issues in the code that might not cause immediate bugs but lead to technical debt. Explain the different severity levels in SonarQube.
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube classifies issues into 5 severities: blocker, critical, major, minor, and info. How does SonarQube integrate with CI/CD pipelines?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be integrated with CI/CD tools like Jenkins, GitLab CI, and Azure DevOps to automatically scan code during the build process. What is a quality gate in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
A quality gate is a set of conditions that code must meet. E.g., no blocker issues, for the build to pass in a CI/CD pipeline. What are the different types of issues SonarQube can detect?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube detects bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, and duplications in the code base. How does SonarQube measure code coverage?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with test coverage tools like Jackacode to measure the percentage of code covered by unit tests. What are SonarQube's rules?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube has a set of coding rules that define what constitutes a violation of code quality. Rules can be customized. How do you create custom rules in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
You can create custom rules in SonarQube using XPath for XML or writing custom plugins in Java. What is technical debt in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Technical debt represents the cost of fixing maintainability issues in the code over time. SonarQube helps identify and manage technical debt. How does SonarQube handle false positives?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Developers can mark issues as false positive in SonarQube, and they won't be counted in future analyses. Can SonarQube analyze large codebases?
3, 2,
Yes. SonarQube is designed to analyze large codebases, though it may require tuning for optimal performance on very large projects. What is a leak period in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The leak period is a time frame during which new code must meet quality standards. It ensures that technical debt doesn't accumulate in new code changes. What is the difference between SonarQube Community, Developer, and Enterprise editions?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The Community edition is free and open source, while the Developer and Enterprise editions provide advanced features like branch analysis and portfolio management. How do you integrate SonarQube with Jenkins?
3, 2, 1, 0.
You can integrate SonarQube with Jenkins using the SonarQube Scanner plugin, which allows Jenkins to run SonarQube scans as part of the build pipeline. What is SonarLint?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarLint is an IDE extension that provides real-time code quality feedback while you write code, integrated with SonarQube for consistent analysis. How can SonarQube improve security in code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies vulnerabilities and security hotspots in the code by scanning for common security flaws, such as SQL injection and cross-site scripting. What is a security hotspot in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Security hotspots highlight potentially risky sections of code that require manual review to determine if they are vulnerable. What is SonarQube's role in DevOps?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube automates code quality checks as part of continuous integration and continuous delivery. CI/CD pipelines, ensuring code quality before deployment. Can SonarQube be used with cloud platforms?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. SonarQube can be integrated with cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud for automated code analysis and reporting. How does SonarQube handle code duplication?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube detects duplicate code blocks and provides reports to help developers remove redundancies and improve code maintainability. How is SonarQube licensed?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube offers a community edition under an open-source license, while the Developer, Enterprise, and Data Center editions are commercially licensed. What databases are supported by SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports databases like PostgreSQL, Oracle, and Microsoft SQL Server for storing analysis results and configuration data. How does SonarQube manage multi-language projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube allows scanning of projects with multiple programming languages, providing unified reports for all languages in a single project. How do you configure webhooks in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1,
Webhooks can be configured in SonarQube to send notifications and analysis results to external systems like CI/CD pipelines. What are quality profiles in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Quality profiles are sets of rules applied to projects for analyzing code quality. They can be customized per language or project. How does SonarQube detect security vulnerabilities?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube uses static analysis to detect known security vulnerabilities like SQL injection, buffer overflows, and cross-site scripting (XSS) in the code. What are SonarQube plugins?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Plugins extend SonarQube's functionality, offering integrations with additional tools, languages, and frameworks. How do you manage large-scale projects in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
For large-scale projects, you can configure multiple SonarQube instances, tune server performance, and use Enterprise Edition features like portfolio management. What are SonarQube metrics?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Metrics in SonarQube are quantitative measures used to evaluate code quality, including complexity, duplications, code coverage, and maintainability. How does SonarQube handle branch analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube's Developer and Enterprise editions allow branch analysis to track code quality for different branches independently. What is the role of SonarScanner in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarScanner is the command line tool that triggers SonarQube to analyze a project's source code. It integrates with CI/CD tools like Jenkins and GitLab CI. How do you install SonarQube on a local server?
3, 2, 1, 0.
To install SonarQube, download the appropriate SonarQube version, configure the database, and run the SonarQube server locally using Java. Can you explain SonarQube's duplication detection mechanism?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies code duplications by scanning for repeated blocks of code across different files or within the same file. How do you manage SonarQube permissions for different users?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube permissions are managed by assigning roles like administrator, developer, or code viewer to control access to different projects and features. How does SonarQube handle pull request analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with Git-based systems to analyze pull requests, providing code quality feedback before merging into the main branch. What is SonarQube's leak period and how does it work?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The leak period tracks new issues introduced in recent code changes, ensuring that only new code adheres to quality standards. How can you improve performance in SonarQube when analyzing large projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Improving performance can involve tuning the database, optimizing server hardware, or configuring batch analyses to handle large projects efficiently. How do you handle multiple SonarQube projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports multiple projects and you can manage them using dashboards, assigning specific quality profiles and gates per project. How does SonarQube integrate with GitLab?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with GitLab CI/CD to automatically run code quality analysis on each push and merge request. What are SonarQube badges?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube badges are visual indicators that display the quality status of projects, showing metrics like code coverage or the status of the quality gate. What types of reports can SonarQube generate?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube generates various reports, including quality gate status, code coverage, technical debt, and security vulnerabilities. How can you reduce technical debt using SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube helps reduce technical debt by identifying maintainability issues early, setting clear priorities, and monitoring improvements over time. How does SonarQube detect code quality issues across multiple languages?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube has built-in analyzers for different languages and supports polyglot projects, identifying language-specific issues based on the quality profiles. How do you configure a SonarQube webhook?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Webhooks in SonarQube can be configured to send notifications and analysis data to other tools like Jenkins or Slack whenever a new analysis is completed. What is the purpose of SonarQube's differential view?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The differential view in SonarQube highlights the changes in code quality between two analyses, helping developers track improvements or new issues. How does SonarQube integrate with Docker?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can run in Docker containers, allowing for easy deployment and scaling in cloud environments with orchestration tools like Kubernetes. Can SonarQube detect database vulnerabilities?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube primarily focuses on application code but integrates with security plugins to detect SQL injection and other database-related vulnerabilities. How do you secure SonarQube itself?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube security best practices include using HTTPS, enabling authentication mechanisms, LDAP, SAML, and applying access control for sensitive data. How do you migrate SonarQube data between servers?
3, 2, 1, 0.
You can migrate SonarQube data using database dumps, migrating configuration files, and ensuring compatibility between SonarQube versions. Can SonarQube scan compiled code or bytecode?
3,
No. SonarQube primarily analyzes source code, though some plugins allow for scanning of bytecode for specific languages like Java. What are the differences between SonarQube and SonarCloud?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube is hosted on-premise, while SonarCloud is a SaaS version with similar features but designed for easier cloud integration and no server management. How do you back up a SonarQube instance?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube backups involve regular database dumps and file system backups of configuration files, with options for automating backups via scripts. How do you handle false positives in SonarQube security analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Developers can manually mark issues as false positive to prevent them from being flagged in future analyses, ensuring that valid security issues are prioritized. What is the role of SonarQube in code refactoring?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube helps identify code smells and maintainability issues, guiding developers to refactor their code for better performance, readability, and maintainability. How does SonarQube handle security in the build pipeline?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with CI/CD pipelines to identify security vulnerabilities before code is deployed, allowing teams to block risky builds with a quality gate. How do you manage SonarQube updates?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube updates can be managed by downloading the latest version, running database migrations, and updating plugins for compatibility with the new version. How do you configure quality gates in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Quality gates are configured by setting thresholds for metrics like bugs, vulnerabilities, and code coverage, ensuring the code meets defined quality standards. What is SonarQube's compute engine?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube's compute engine processes project analysis reports to generate metrics, issues, and dashboards. It's crucial for handling large analyses efficiently. Can SonarQube analyze front-end and back-end code in a single project?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. SonarQube supports analyzing both front-end and back-end code, providing unified reports for full-stack projects. What are security hotspots in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Security hotspots indicate areas in the code that could potentially contain security vulnerabilities and need manual review, but are not confirmed vulnerabilities. How do you manage rule sets across multiple projects in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube allows creating and managing custom quality profiles, which can be applied across multiple projects to enforce consistent rule sets. How does SonarQube calculate the maintainability rating?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The maintainability rating in SonarQube is based on the technical debt ratio, which compares the time required to fix code smells to the effort to write the code. How do you set up notifications in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Notifications can be configured in SonarQube to alert users via email or webhooks when certain conditions are met, such as analysis completion or quality gate failure. What is SonarQube's role in agile development?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube helps agile teams maintain code quality by integrating with CI/CD pipelines, enabling continuous code analysis, and ensuring quality throughout sprints. Can SonarQube perform real-time code analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube itself does not perform real-time analysis, but SonarLint, a companion tool, provides real-time feedback in IDEs while developers are writing code. How does SonarQube handle multi-module projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can analyze multi-module projects, aggregating results across modules and presenting a comprehensive view of code quality across the entire project. How do you enforce a quality gate on new code in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
You can configure the quality gate to apply stricter rules on new code, ensuring that new commits or pull requests meet higher quality standards than legacy code. How does SonarQube calculate the reliability rating?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The reliability rating is based on the number and severity of bugs found in the code, with higher severity issues leading to a lower rating. What are the best practices for SonarQube rule management?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Best practices include using default rules as a baseline, customizing rules based on project needs, and regularly reviewing rule sets to align with new practices. How does SonarQube identify duplicated code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies duplicated code by analyzing sequences of code that are repeated across files and modules, flagging them as duplications. How do you handle third-party code in SonarQube analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be configured to exclude third-party libraries or external code from analysis to avoid false positives in quality reports. How does SonarQube handle language-specific nuances during analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube uses language-specific rules and analyzers for each supported language, ensuring accurate detection of issues based on language paradigms. How can you view historical analysis results in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube provides historical data through the Activity tab, which allows users to track project quality over time, comparing different analysis results. What are security rules in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Security rules in SonarQube are designed to identify common security vulnerabilities such as SQL injection, XSS, and buffer overflows in the code base. How does SonarQube support continuous code inspection? SonarQube supports continuous code inspection by integrating with CI/CD pipelines, ensuring that code is automatically analyzed and quality gates are enforced during builds. How can you exclude specific files from SonarQube analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
You can exclude specific files or directories from analysis by configuring exclusions in the Project Settings or Sonar Project Properties file. How does SonarQube handle comments in code analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube typically ignores comments during analysis but has rules to enforce comment quality, such as requiring documentation for complex code. How does SonarQube handle deprecated code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube flags deprecated code when it's detected, suggesting refactoring or removal to improve maintainability and reduce technical debt. How can SonarQube help improve code readability?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies issues like poor naming conventions, long methods, and inconsistent formatting, helping developers enhance the readability of their code. What is the difference between a bug and a vulnerability in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
A bug is an issue that impacts the reliability of the code, while a vulnerability represents a security risk. Both are flagged and categorized separately in SonarQube. How do you manage SonarQube plugins?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube plugins can be managed through the administration panel, where you can install, update, or remove plugins to add or extend functionality. How can you export reports from SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube allows exporting reports through its API or by using third-party reporting plugins that support generating PDF or Excel reports. What is a code coverage report in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
A code coverage report shows the percentage of code covered by tests, highlighting areas that lack sufficient test coverage to ensure quality and reliability. How does SonarQube handle technical debt calculations?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Technical debt is calculated by estimating the time and effort needed to fix code smells, compared to the time it took to write the code, and is tracked as a ratio. How do you manage SonarQube configuration for multiple environments?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be configured for different environments using different Sonar Project properties, files or profiles specific to each environment, e.g., development, production. How does SonarQube help with legacy code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube tracks the quality of legacy code by separating it from new code, allowing teams to focus on gradually improving the legacy while enforcing strict rules on new code. How does SonarQube handle different coding styles?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube uses coding rules and quality profiles to enforce consistent coding styles across a project, which can be customized to meet team preferences. How can SonarQube help identify potential performance issues?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies performance bottlenecks by flagging code that causes excessive resource consumption, inefficient loops, or poor memory management. How does SonarQube handle code annotations?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be configured to scan code annotations, e.g., suppress warnings, and respect them or report issues depending on project rules. How do you configure the database for SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports databases like PostgreSQL, MySQL, and Oracle, and requires configuring the Sonar properties file with connection details for the database. What are key components of SonarQube architecture?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube consists of a web server, database, and compute engine that processes analysis reports, and optionally a cluster for high availability and performance. How do you configure a project's quality profile in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
You can assign or modify a project's quality profile by going to the project settings and selecting the appropriate profile for each language used in the project. How does SonarQube handle large binaries?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Large binaries can be excluded from analysis to improve performance and avoid unnecessary processing, typically by adjusting exclusions in project settings. What is the role of SonarLint in conjunction with SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarLint provides real-time feedback in your IDE, complementing SonarQube by catching issues early in development before code is committed and analyzed by SonarQube. How can you enforce rules specific to a development team?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Custom quality profiles can be created in SonarQube to enforce team-specific rules and coding standards, applied automatically to all team projects. What is the difference between SonarQube's community and enterprise editions?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The Community Edition is free and open source, while the Enterprise Edition provides advanced features like portfolio management, branch analysis, and scalability. How does SonarQube handle false negatives in security analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
While SonarQube strives to detect vulnerabilities, false negatives may occur. Teams can enhance detection by customizing security rules and integrating third-party plugins. Can SonarQube analyze test code quality?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube primarily analyzes production code but can be configured to analyze test code if needed, focusing on issues like coverage and maintainability. What are the system requirements for installing SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube requires a compatible Java version, a supported database, PostgreSQL, MySQL, etc., and sufficient CPU and RAM based on the number of projects and users. How do you track code coverage trends over time in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube provides historical trends for code coverage, allowing you to see coverage improvements or regressions between different analysis runs. How does SonarQube support multi-branch development?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube Enterprise Edition supports multi-branch analysis, allowing different branches of a project to be analyzed and tracked independently for quality issues. How does SonarQube handle new language versions?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube's analyzers are regularly updated to support new language versions, and users can upgrade analyzers via plugins to stay compatible with new language features. How does SonarQube detect untested code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube uses test coverage reports generated by tools like Jackaco or Istanbul to detect untested code, flagging areas where tests are missing. How do you configure SonarQube in a CI/CD pipeline?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with CI/CD tools like Jenkins, GitLab CI, and Azure pipelines by using Sonar Scanner to trigger analysis during the build process. What is a SonarQube project key?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The project key is a unique identifier for a project in SonarQube, used to differentiate projects and reference them in configuration files and URLs. How does SonarQube integrate with Jira for issue tracking?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with Jira to automatically create tickets for code quality issues, linking them to SonarQube analysis results for better project tracking. How do you handle analysis of large repositories in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
For large repositories, you can optimize SonarQube performance by tuning server resources, using incremental analysis, and excluding irrelevant files or directories. How does SonarQube handle deprecated language features?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube flags deprecated language features based on the language version used, recommending updates or removal for better maintainability and future compatibility. How do you integrate SonarQube with Docker for containerized projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be deployed in a Docker container, and you can integrate it with containerized projects by running Sonar Scanner inside Docker during CI/CD pipelines. How can you track developer contributions using SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube provides metrics on individual developer contributions, such as the number of lines of code, issues raised, and resolved for each team member. What is the role of the Sonar project? Properties file.
3, 2, 1, 0.
The Sonar project properties file is used to configure project-specific settings for SonarQube. Analysis, including project key, source directories, and exclusions. How does SonarQube prioritize technical debt?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube assigns severity levels to issues, allowing teams to prioritize technical debt based on impact on maintainability, security, and performance. How does SonarQube handle infrastructure as code (IAC) analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube analyzes IAC files, e.g., Terraform, Ansible, using dedicated plugins that focus on identifying configuration errors and security vulnerabilities. How do you enable SonarQube for Python projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can analyze Python code by installing the Python plugin and configuring it to detect common issues like PEP8 violations, duplications, and complexity. How does SonarQube integrate with security scanning tools?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with security scanners like OWASP Dependency Check and Sonar Security to identify vulnerabilities in third-party libraries and application code. How can SonarQube help with regulatory compliance, e.g., GDPR?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can support regulatory compliance by detecting issues related to data privacy, security vulnerabilities, and compliance with standards like GDPR or OWASP. How does SonarQube handle multi-repository projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can analyze multiple repositories by configuring them as modules within a single project, or using a mono-repo approach to aggregate results. What are SonarQube exclusions and how are they used?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Exclusions in SonarQube are used to omit specific files, directories, or language rules from analysis, commonly applied to third-party code or generated files. How does SonarQube handle dynamic code analysis for JavaScript?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube analyzes JavaScript using static analysis, and while it doesn't execute the code, it identifies issues with variables, functions, and logic flows. What is the purpose of the SonarQube scanner?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The SonarQube scanner is a command line tool that collects project data, runs analysis, and sends the results to the SonarQube server for processing. How do you upgrade SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
To upgrade SonarQube, back up the database and configuration files. Download the new version, and follow the upgrade steps, including re-indexing the database. Can you configure SonarQube to analyze multiple projects in parallel?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. In SonarQube Enterprise and Data Center editions, parallel analysis is supported to analyze multiple projects simultaneously for better performance. How does SonarQube detect hard-coded credentials in the codebase?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies hard-coded credentials using predefined security rules that scan for patterns, like passwords, tokens, and API keys in the code. How do you configure SonarQube to analyze a monorepo?
3, 2, 1, 0.
For monorepos, SonarQube can be configured to analyze each project within the repository as a module, aggregating results into a single report. What is the default port for SonarQube's web interface?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube's web interface is accessible by default on port 9000, but this can be customized in the configuration files. How does SonarQube handle cyclomatic complexity?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube calculates cyclomatic complexity as part of its maintainability metrics, flagging methods and functions that are too complex and hard to maintain. How does SonarQube support pull request (PR) analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports PR analysis by providing feedback on new code changes, highlighting any issues or risks before merging into the main branch. What are project badges in SonarQube, and how do you use them?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Project badges are visual indicators of a project's code quality and can be embedded in external documentation or dashboards to show the current quality status. How do you configure custom metrics in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Custom metrics can be configured by using plugins or extending the API, allowing teams to track metrics specific to their project needs. How does SonarQube handle code that uses feature flags?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can analyze code that contains feature flags by treating it as any other conditional logic, though developers should ensure feature flag handling is well tested. How can you use SonarQube to improve team collaboration?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube fosters collaboration by providing shared code quality metrics, enabling teams to track progress, share responsibility, and ensure consistent coding standards. What are the limitations of SonarQube's static analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube's static analysis may not detect runtime issues, concurrency problems, or performance bottlenecks, as it doesn't execute the code. Can SonarQube track licensing issues in third-party libraries?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. With plugins like Sonatype's Nexus IQ, SonarQube can detect licensing issues in third-party libraries and help teams avoid legal and compliance risks. How do you configure SonarQube to work with Visual Studio projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be integrated with Visual Studio by using the Sonar Scanner for MS Build, enabling analysis of .NET code within Visual Studio projects. How does SonarQube measure the density of comments in code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube measures comment density by calculating the ratio of comment lines to total lines of code, helping ensure that code is properly documented. How do you handle project-specific rule customizations in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Project-specific rule customizations are handled by creating and applying a custom quality profile, which can override default rule settings for a project. How do you configure SonarQube to run in a high availability (HA) mode?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube's Data Center Edition supports high availability by using multiple application nodes and a shared database, allowing for load balancing and failover. How does SonarQube handle non-source code files like documentation?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube typically ignores non-source code files unless explicitly configured to analyze them, such as through the use of specific plugins for documentation. How can you use SonarQube to enforce coding standards?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube enforces coding standards by applying rule sets from quality profiles, automatically flagging violations during analysis and tracking compliance. How does SonarQube integrate with GitHub Actions?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with GitHub Actions by adding Sonar Scanner to the workflow file, allowing automatic analysis of code changes in pull requests. How does SonarQube handle long-running branches?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube analyzes long-running branches independently from the main branch, maintaining separate metrics and allowing teams to track branch-specific code quality. How do you handle security vulnerabilities in open-source libraries with SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can identify vulnerabilities in open-source libraries when integrated with dependency analysis tools, flagging risks related to third-party components. How does SonarQube assess test effectiveness?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube uses test coverage reports to assess the effectiveness of tests, ensuring sufficient test coverage and highlighting untested parts of the code. What is the role of leak period in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The leak period in SonarQube allows teams to focus on new code by setting a baseline for code quality, so only issues introduced after a specific date are highlighted. How does SonarQube handle dependency injection frameworks?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can analyze code that uses dependency injection frameworks, e.g., Spring, Geese, like any other code. ensuring issues like die misconfigurations are flagged. What types of issues can SonarQube not detect?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube cannot detect runtime exceptions, performance issues, or bugs that depend on specific data inputs or environment configurations, as it's a static analyzer. How do you configure SonarQube to handle large codebases efficiently?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Large codebases can be managed by using incremental analysis, proper exclusion of irrelevant files, and optimizing server resources to improve SonarQube's performance. What are SonarQube's key features for DevOps pipelines?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube provides CI/CD integration, real-time feedback through SonarLint, pull request analysis, and customizable quality gates to ensure code quality during deployments. How does SonarQube track technical debt over time?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube tracks technical debt using a metric called technical debt ratio, which is the ratio of technical debt to the effort required to write the code. How does SonarQube handle legacy codebases?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be applied to legacy codebases to identify existing issues, and teams can set a leak period to focus on maintaining new code without adding new debt. Can SonarQube analyze binary files?
3, 2, 1, 0.
No. SonarQube does not analyze binary files. It analyzes source code. However, binary files can be excluded from analysis to avoid unnecessary processing. How does SonarQube handle code duplication detection?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube detects duplicated blocks of code across a project, flagging sections that should be refactored to reduce redundancy and improve maintainability. How can SonarQube be used to prevent bugs in production?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube prevents bugs by enforcing quality gates that block deployments if code doesn't meet certain standards, helping ensure issues are fixed before production. What are SonarQube quality gates?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Quality gates in SonarQube are sets of conditions that code must meet before being considered ready for release, covering metrics like coverage, bugs, and vulnerabilities. How does SonarQube detect null pointer exceptions?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube flags potential null pointer exceptions during static analysis by checking for conditions where variables might be null but are dereferenced. How do you secure SonarQube with authentication?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports user authentication through local accounts, LDAP, and OAuth providers like GitHub and GitLab, allowing secure access management. What kind of metrics does SonarQube track for security?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube tracks security-related metrics such as vulnerabilities, security hotspots, and issues related to the OWASP Top 10 vulnerabilities. Can SonarQube track API security issues?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. SonarQube can detect API security vulnerabilities by flagging potential flaws in REST or SOAP APIs, such as improper input validation or exposure of sensitive data. How does SonarQube integrate with Bitbucket?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube integrates with Bitbucket to analyze pull requests, comment on code quality issues directly in the Bitbucket interface, and ensure continuous quality control. How can you exclude certain files from analysis in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Files can be excluded from analysis by configuring the Sonar exclusions property in the Sonar project properties file or directly in the SonarQube UI. How does SonarQube handle new rules for a programming language?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube introduces new rules through plugin updates. Users can either download updated language plugins or manually add custom rules for specific use cases. How can SonarQube support test-driven development, TDD?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports TDD by measuring code coverage and unit test effectiveness, helping teams ensure that tests are sufficient to cover new and changed code. What is SonarQube's maintainability index, and how is it calculated?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The maintainability index is a metric that calculates the ease of maintaining code, factoring in cyclomatic complexity, lines of code, and code duplications. How do you configure SonarQube to analyze C++ projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
To analyze C++ projects, you need to install the C++ plugin in SonarQube and configure the project build process to generate reports compatible with SonarQube. What is a blocker issue in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
A blocker issue in SonarQube is the most severe type of issue, indicating a critical problem such as a bug or vulnerability that can cause system failure or security breaches. How does SonarQube handle third-party libraries?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube analyzes the usage of third-party libraries in your code, but external libraries themselves are not scanned unless explicitly included in the analysis scope. Can SonarQube be used to measure code smells?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. SonarQube detects code smells, which are indicators of deeper design problems that could affect maintainability, performance, or scalability in the long term. How do you configure email notifications in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports email notifications to alert users about project status, quality gate failures, and new issues. This can be configured in the user profile or globally. But what are some common use cases for SonarQube in DevOps pipelines?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube is used in DevOps pipelines for continuous code quality checks, enforcing quality gates before merging code, and ensuring consistent coding standards. How do you analyze infrastructure as code with SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Infrastructure as code, IAC, files, such as Terraform or Ansible scripts, can be analyzed using SonarQube plugins that identify misconfigurations or security risks. How do you measure the impact of SonarQube on build times?
3, 2, 1, 0.
The impact of SonarQube on build times can be measured by comparing build durations with and without SonarQube analysis, or by running incremental analyses. How does SonarQube support compliance with coding standards like MISRA?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports compliance with standards like MISRA by using specific rule sets tailored for these standards, especially for languages like C and C++. What is SonarQube's issue tracking lifecycle?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube tracks issues through various statuses such as open, confirmed, resolved, and false positive, allowing teams to manage and triage code quality issues effectively. How does SonarQube identify unused code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies unused code by detecting variables, functions, or classes that are declared but never referenced, signaling areas that could be removed. How do you add a new custom rule to SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Custom rules can be added in SonarQube through plugins, extensions, or by writing custom rule sets based on your specific coding standards and requirements. How does SonarQube handle data persistence?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube persists data in a relational database, such as PostgreSQL or MySQL, where all analysis results, metrics, and configurations are stored. How can you extend SonarQube's functionality with plugins?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube's functionality can be extended by installing plugins for specific languages, integrations, or rules, which are available through the marketplace or custom development. What is the impact of code churn on SonarQube's analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Code churn, or frequent changes to the code base, can affect SonarQube's ability to track issues consistently. But incremental analysis helps mitigate this by focusing on new code. How do you reset SonarQube's quality gate status for a project?
3, 2, 1, 0.
To reset a quality gate status in SonarQube, you must trigger a new analysis, as the status is recalculated with each analysis based on the current code state. How does SonarQube handle multi-language projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube SonarQube supports multi-language projects by analyzing each language separately, using language-specific plugins to provide metrics and reports. How can SonarQube be integrated into Jenkins pipelines?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be integrated into Jenkins pipelines using the SonarQube Scanner plugin for Jenkins, allowing automatic code analysis as part of the CI/CD process. What is SonarLint, and how does it work with SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarLint is an IDE plugin that performs real-time code analysis as you write, providing immediate feedback and highlighting issues that SonarQube would report. How does SonarQube handle third-party dependencies?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube doesn't analyze third-party dependencies directly, but it can flag their improper use or misconfiguration within the code being analyzed. Can SonarQube analyze Docker files?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. SonarQube can analyze Docker files using specific plugins that detect security issues, best practices violations, and misconfigurations. How does SonarQube handle recursive functions?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies potential issues with recursive functions, such as excessive recursion depth or lack of termination conditions that could lead to bugs. What is the difference between bugs and vulnerabilities in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Bugs are issues that could lead to functionality problems, while vulnerabilities are security-related issues that could compromise the application. How can you use SonarQube to ensure coding standard compliance in a team?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can enforce coding standards across a team by using quality profiles that define rule sets and automatically flag non-compliant code during analysis. How does SonarQube handle cross-site scripting, XSS, vulnerabilities?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube detects potential XSS vulnerabilities by analyzing how user inputs are handled and flagging improper sanitization or escaping in the code. How do you configure SonarQube to ignore specific issues or files?
3, 2, 1, 0.
You can configure exclusions in SonarQube by marking specific issues as want fix or false positive, and excluding certain files or directories from analysis. How does SonarQube calculate reliability ratings?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Reliability ratings in SonarQube are based on the number and severity of bugs found in the code, with an A rating representing no critical bugs. How can SonarQube be used for continuous integration, CI?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be integrated into CI pipelines to automatically analyze code quality with every build, ensuring that new changes maintain or improve quality. What is the new code concept in SonarQube, and why is it important?
3, 2, 1, 0.
New code in SonarQube refers to code added or modified since a specific baseline. It helps teams focus on maintaining quality in recent changes. Can SonarQube scan Terraform or other IAC tools?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. SonarQube can scan infrastructure as code. IAC tools like Terraform using plugins that check for security misconfigurations and coding issues. How does SonarQube measure security hotspots?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube highlights security hotspots, which are code sections that require manual review due to their potential risk, even if no immediate vulnerability is detected. How do you configure SonarQube to analyze Golang projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
To analyze Go projects, you must install the Go plugin in SonarQube and configure the SonarQube scanner to process Go source code and related test reports. How does SonarQube handle concurrency issues in code?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube identifies potential concurrency issues by analyzing thread management and synchronization patterns, flagging issues like race conditions or deadlocks. How does SonarQube handle large monolithic applications?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can analyze large monolithic applications but recommends splitting them into modules for more granular analysis and better performance. What is the difference between false positive and want fix in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
A false positive is when SonarQube flags an issue that isn't actually a problem, while won't fix is when an issue is known but not worth addressing. How does SonarQube handle code documentation issues?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can flag insufficient code documentation by measuring comment density and identifying areas where comments are missing or inadequate. How can SonarQube be used for security compliance, e.g., OWASP?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be configured to enforce security compliance by applying rules from the OWASP Top 10 or other standards, highlighting relevant security issues. Can SonarQube analyze database queries, SQL?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can analyze SQL queries embedded in code, identifying common issues like SQL injection vulnerabilities and inefficient query patterns. What are hotspots in SonarQube, and how are they handled?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Hotspots are sections of code that may not have a direct issue but could present risks, requiring further review to ensure they're not security vulnerabilities. How does SonarQube track historical data for projects?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube maintains a history of code quality metrics and analysis results, allowing teams to track trends and improvements over time. How does SonarQube help in preventing regressions?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube helps prevent regressions by enforcing quality gates and tracking new code, ensuring that quality does not degrade when new code is added. How can SonarQube support mobile app development?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube supports mobile app development by analyzing source code for platforms like Android, Java, Kotlin, or iOS, Objective-C, Swift, using relevant plugins. How can SonarQube identify potential SQL injection vulnerabilities?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube uses predefined rules to scan for SQL injection vulnerabilities by checking for unsanitized user inputs in database queries. How can SonarQube be configured to handle infrastructure code reviews?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube can be integrated into infrastructure code review processes by scanning Terraform, Ansible, or Kubernetes files for misconfigurations and security risks. What are some best practices for using SonarQube in agile teams?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Best practices include integrating SonarQube into daily builds, using it to track quality on new code, and making it a central part of sprint reviews and retrospectives. How do you deal with false positives in SonarQube?
3, 2, 1, 0.
False positives in SonarQube can be marked manually as false positive to exclude them from future analysis, ensuring they don't affect the project metrics. Can SonarQube be used to analyze shell scripts?
3, 2, 1, 0.
Yes. SonarQube can analyze shell scripts using specific plugins, identifying potential issues like security risks or best practice violations. How does SonarQube manage resource usage during analysis?
3, 2, 1, 0.
SonarQube optimizes resource usage through parallel processing and incremental analysis, reducing overhead during code analysis for large projects.